I've been in your waters. I came for sure.
I think this will do for sure.
Right, who's first lady for a show?
Good morning, yeah. You're up?
Me first.
Yeah? Mate. Oh man. How is this the first morning session we've ever done on this boat? It's taken like an entire 2 years.
No idea.
I don't know either, to be very honest with you. Because this is perfection. So funny. I can just cock this up. I just attached the GoPro, but I haven't taken the shirt off.
It's like
It's not gonna happen. Get with your ankle like
that's the way how we do it.
Man, that looks cool. Man, I cannot think of a better way to start the day than jumping in the water at 6 a.m. and going for a wakeboarding session first thing in the morning. It's just something about it. We haven't done it the whole last year. We didn't have any wakeboards on board. This is the first session this year so far, and I reckon it won't be the last for sure. But like I said, about 6 months ago, I really injured my knee. I did a grade 2 tear in my LCL, which is, yeah, whichever one's not the bad one, the LCL. So it's nice to know that I can still get up on anything and still feel okay. So I'm pretty stoked about that. But yeah, man, the water is just absolutely glass. And I suppose now we'll start the day. Probably have a crash at like 3 o'clock, but 7:10 now. Gonna go and have a shower and get dressed for work. Couldn't ask for much more, eh? Under the circumstances of work, this really isn't so bad. Alright, I'm gonna go get dressed, get ready, and then I'll carry this vlog on a little bit later. Time now is 10:10 in the morning. We definitely started the day right this morning. We are going to be leaving this anchorage any moment now, cruise around the bay a little bit and go and check out one or two other places, probably about half an hour, 45 minutes distance from here, and spend the day there, anchoring there, and just doing sort of the same old. Guests are having such a good time that they kind of just want to keep the momentum up of anchor and getting all the toys out and going on tender rides. So that's probably what we're going to get up to today. This video though is going to be slightly different. You saw how we started our morning this morning as crew, but this video is going to be quite an interesting one. I have been asked by the owner of the boat to take a certain angle of this boat, like a photograph, a certain angle, so that they could set it as the wallpaper for all the iPads on the boat. And she's given me a couple options. One I'm going to need the drone for, and the other one I'm going to need the tender sort of ahead of the boat while this boat's underway, and try and snap some really dynamic photographs. So this video is going to be about sort of photography on board the yacht, and one of my passions, and now becoming sort of not part of the job at all, but she has specifically asked me to try and take a few photographs. So my job and my mission today is to try and take the photograph that the boss is looking for to set the iPad wallpapers up. So I'm quite excited about doing that, and let's see if I can get the shot. That was sort of weaving in and out to try and get like a million different angles. The sun and the light is not right at all. It's like complete wrong light, but I think it'll come across okay. I think it'll come across nice. This is Carrie's first attempt at docking without me being on the boat.
Wow, it looks stunning.
Stunning, eh? I'll just grab the line from you, you don't have to come alongside. Okay, coming to us then. That's it. And you can turn off. Oh. What's going on, guys? I'm back on the tender. It's been a while. It's been like 5 hours since I picked up the camera because as soon as I got off taking those photos, I think I had a bit of heat stroke or something, like from the reflection. I just didn't feel well at all, so I had to go and have a little lie down, otherwise I feel like I was going to fall over. So I got this weird fisherman's hat on right now. So this is me, driving the tender with a massive yacht just next to me. Anyway, I'm going to call this one. I'm going to say thank you so much for watching these videos.
Welcome to another episode of Jared's vlog. Yacht life. 3 weeks no sleep. I mean, no days off. Bad sleep.
No sleep.
They're not savages. Here, cute sunset.
What are you doing?
That's a beautiful face, Capitan.
Taking over my camera.
Oh, it's your... I thought
This is the chef,
Oh, yeah.
staring very elegantly at dinner.
No, I'm running this helmet, Jenny, so I can
Where'd it go?
I don't know.
Are you gonna catch us some dinner, Chris?
Kill it. Eat it.
Hey Jared, cue dramatic stare into the sunset.
Oh, thank you.
No, wait, just...
My vlog will be much more entertaining than yours. Should we start a vlog, Chris? What do we call it?
Eat the squid.
What are we gonna call the vlog, Chris?
Chris and Rebecca do Croatia.